Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Welcome to the show, y'all. Let me tell you this story about this brother named Wayne. Wayne is what we call Shiesty Folks, right? And Shiesty Folks, man, are into everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. He will try everything. Steals from brothers. He'll wait till you leave your room and he'll dip up in there, like he needs to take care of something or whatever. Then when you go back, something's missing. Or something's been moved around. He's snooping, he's looking. You know what I'm saying? So if he think you got some drugs, I'm telling you, he gonna shake your cell down worse than the police because he's in there. You know what I mean? You can't let him come in your room when you get commissary because he eye fucking your shelf. And then he gonna come back later on and ask for something. He does that every day, every night to everybody that's in the circle, right? Everybody know what he on, right? But everybody tolerate him because he one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? He's struggling. He ain't got no family that really look out for him on the town because he done burn bridges, right? But then, a lot of brothers looked at it like, look here, you did that to yourself, man. You get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he stole a lot. That's why he stole a lot. Taking stuff from people and this, that, and the third. And mainly people that, you know what I'm saying, that's not the business because he know he ain't like getting put in that rack. And he got put in that rack quite a bit, you know. So one of the things that happened to him when I was in rotation, man, I'm going to start telling y'all a lot of these stories when I was in rotation so you can get a better sense of who I was. You know what I'm saying? And maybe uh, it will help some of the people out there that are listening to the show to understand why I decided to walk away from the lifestyle. But anyway, when I was in rotation, this is brother named Wayne, right? And when I say shiesty, I mean shiesty. He would try anything at any time and do anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And at the penitentiary that we was at back then, right, there was a lot of liquor on the compound. I'm talking about a lot of liquor. People be cooking off. And when they cook that liquor, they take that wine and then they turn it into their cook-off, right? But when they cooked it off, they had to use a stinger. A stinger is like a metal piece that they stick down in the water to boil the water, right? So they would do that. Now, but that had lead in it. It had lead in it. That's why I stopped drinking, man, in here. You can't do that. That lead messes up your kidneys over time. And this is what happened to Wayne. Wayne, 26 years old, kidneys started failing. They were taking him back and forth to the hospital for dialysis. You know what I'm saying? Taking him back and forth for dialysis before they ended up transferring him to the prison that handles that. You know what I'm saying? But he back and forth to dialysis and thinking that it's gonna pass. He don't really understand this is you for the rest of your life. You're gonna have to get dialysis every other day for the rest of your life unless you get a kidney transplant. So he tried to talk his brother, the brother that he robbed years ago before he came to prison, he tried to convince him to donate a kidney to him. And his brother told him, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not donating you my kidney because you ain't going to live right. It'll be a waste. You know what I'm saying? Now think about how heavy that would be. Your own blood, even though you've robbed them, can do something to help save your life, and they say no. That's how shiesty folks was. That's how shiesty he was. He didn't care nothing about nobody, and people that knew him better than anybody else in the world, they knew he didn't care about anything. And his own brother told him that I would not donate no kidney to you. He said I donated to a stranger before I donated to you. So that shattered him. So now he going to dialysis, but he's still drinking. And the people at the institution, they found out about it. And they told him, look, we can't refuse you the dialysis treatment, but it's not going to help you if you keep drinking. You're just going to kill yourself. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So he would try having pity parties. He would try and stop and all of these types of things. And so he started turning more to weed. They told him, you don't need to be doing no drugs, no nothing. But he wouldn't stop smoking weed. But he didn't have no money coming in. So how did he get the money to pay for the weed? He was stealing. He was stealing from his cellar. And his cellar, his cellar was straight. He had a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And his shelf stayed tight and all this and that. But Shiesty Folks' shelf was nothing. He'd have deodorant bottles on his shelf, but they'd be empty because he was using his cellar's deodorant. Now, let me tell you how he would do that and get away with it. Now, you know the deodorant got this cap on it first, right? When you first open up your deodorant, it's got this white cap on it, right? See-through thing. So he would take that off, put the deodorant on, then put that white cap back on it, and then put the main cap back on it as if it never been used. And because his cellar had one deodorant that he had opened that he always used, he would never really notice that. You see what I'm saying? He would never notice it. So he did that for a long time, and he would use his toothpaste. He would get the toothpaste, squeeze it out, and then he would make sure that the tube was smooth back out. Not, you know how you squeeze the toothpaste tube and your fingerprint, your indentation might be into it. He would smooth it back out. That's how methodical he was with trying to get away with getting over on people. That's how methodical he was. He would use the soap. Listen to me, y'all. His cellie would take a shower. He would double back behind his cellie when he used the shower, take the soap out of his cellie's soap dish, take it and put it in his soap dish, go to the shower, take a shower. When he came back, you know, of course, his cellie step out of the cell. He would take that same piece of soap and put it back in his cellie's soap dish so his cellie wouldn't know that he used the soap. Because he had hardly anything. He didn't have lotion or anything, but he had the stuff on the shelf, but all of them was empty bottles. All of them was empty bottles. Now, he got sicker. He got worse. And so, like I say, they ended up having to transfer him to the prison in Middle Tennessee where they treat you for that. You understand? That's where I'm at now. I'm not sick or anything like that, but I work at the facility. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a worker. But they transferred him down here years ago. Years ago. Now, as the story goes, he got down here on Shiesty, doing any and everything he could. And then he ended up getting sicker. He ended up getting sicker, and something happened to him. I don't know what happened. But he ended up losing his sight. He could not see. But he was in and out of the hole. And when he was in the hole, he would get in all kind of trouble there. So he finally calmed down after he couldn't see because it scared him. Now imagine being in prison. You have no family that you can talk to. The only people that mess with you are gangster disciples. And that's sparingly. You feel me? That's sparingly. And you find yourself in a situation where you cannot see and you're on kidney dialysis. So they let him out of the hole and they put him in the cell with somebody. Wait a minute, this is going to really get you here because karma is you know what they say. They put him in the cell with a dude that has a reputation for stealing. Now what? Like I said, karma is a mother. Now keep in mind, like I told you, he didn't have a lot at all. But while he's been on max, he's been getting indigency packages from the chaplain. He's been getting a little help from the guys because they heard how bad off he is. So the guys would send him stuff over. So he's been saving his stuff. It seems that he's changing. He's afraid. He's starting to notice that his body is not holding up. He can't see now. And plus he's on dialysis. He's in a wheelchair all the time. He's afraid. So they put him in a cell with somebody that is known for stealing. And he's doing the same thing to bruh, as the story came to me anyway, that bruh used to do to people back in the day. No, I didn't laugh. It was that cough. It's still lingering, y'all. I don't know what that is. But if you think about it, take away the issue of him being sick and all this, and it is kind of funny that this came back on him like this. It's sad at the same time. So now he's in the cell and he's having to deal with, his deodorant is coming up missing. He ain't got soap. He don't know what's going on. And he tries to get somebody to do something about it, but don't nobody want to do nothing about it. I'm talking about the people in administration because they know of his reputation. They don't know if he's telling the truth or what. You know what I'm saying? And they're not just going to do that. They don't do that. So he tell folks now, and folks them, they go to the dude that he's in the cell when they tell him, look, man, if he come to us again, talking about something is missing, it's going to be a problem. The dude said, I ain't took nothing from him. You feel me? Because the truth of the matter is, how does he really know? He's heard these rumors the dude is a thief, but he can't see. He can't see. He cannot see. He don't really know what's going on. But folks them say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We got to find out if this dude is really stealing from folks. We can't trust what folks saying. Can't trust what folks are saying. And we ain't finna move on this dude until we know for sure that he's stealing from folks. Now, how they gonna do that? And let me tell you how they did that. Because they don't live in the cell with him. So this is how they did it. They bought folks a thing of deodorant, right? Now, they took that deodorant. Now, check this out now. Listen to me. I want y'all to listen to me. See, at the time, back then, they were allowed to grow peppers, right? Habanero, the hot kind, you know what I'm saying? The Reapers, all that. And they would make their own hot sauces. And I'm gonna try to come out with a hot sauce with that same recipe, because I'm telling you, I make my own hot sauce in here, and I'm telling you, it's fine. I know you'll love it. It's better than anything you probably get on the time. But anyway, that's for later on down the line. So anyway, they got this hot sauce that they made. Now they want to try to put some of this hot sauce on the deodorant, so when the dude steals and uses deodorant, that it'll burn him. And they could tell, but then folks them say, well, it's going to be red on the top. So they said, no, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these seeds, these hot seeds, and we're going to grind them down to powder and put them in water. And it's going to get that burn. And then we're going to take that burn and we're going to let it dry up. And then we're going to take that dryness and then we're just going to rub it on that white, on the deodorant. Just rub it back and forth until it's just down in it. You feel what I'm saying? Some of that's going to be in there. And they were hoping that when he put the deodorant on, he ain't going to be paying too much attention. And that's exactly what happened. And let me tell you something. I don't know, because it ain't never happened to me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But look here. The man put that deodorant on, and I'm talking about after about 5 minutes, he went to hollering. I'm talking about he went to hollering and screaming like his armpits were on fire. Ran to the clinic, right? They get him down at the clinic. He got bumps under his arms from the burns. They done put some of them Reapers in that thing. Now, he got bumps under his arm from the burn. So they asked him, what happened? He said, I don't know. And then, are you allergic to anything? They trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's starting to, chafe and all this and that. And he's sweating at the same time. And the more he's sweating, the more he's burning. So they wash him off real good. And it stopped. And then one of the nurses notices what? She notices that it had this smell to it. Like peppers. And she said, it smelled like peppers. She asked, have you been putting peppers on your arm, under your armpit? And he was like, nah. He said, I just got out of the shower and I put some deodorant on. So they send the officers down to the unit. They get the deodorant. And they figure out that it had peppers in it. Now, folks sitting there can't see nothing. He don't know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? He don't know what's going on. But that's how folks then found out that the dude was stealing from the brother. But I told you that story because, a lot of times we do a lot of things in here and we don't think that we're going to have to pay any consequence for it. But folks did. So when you got a family member in here that's doing all kind of nonsense, you better talk to them. Because stuff has a way of bringing them, coming full circle in here and catching up with you. And if one of those situations like that, when I'm talking about folks, I ain't talking about the dude that stole from him, okay? I'm talking about him. You got family members, man, that have done wrong or whatever. Talk to them because they're going to be by themselves in here. And it's going to come a day, it's going to come a time when they're going to need you. But you're going to have to be stern with them too because folks, Shiesty Folks ain't got nobody. I heard he died a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Kidneys, and he just gave all the way up. I heard he died a few years ago. And he was young. He couldn't have been 40-something when he died. Couldn't have been. I'm sitting here trying to count up how old he would have been. Probably in his 40s when he passed away. Probably in his 40s. And I'm pretty sure that, because his family had cut him off, that he's probably in that pauper's grave. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't even claim his body. I don't know that for fact. They probably didn't even claim his body. But that's how raw it is in here, man. That's how raw this lifestyle is. Ain't nothing good about this here. Ain't nothing good about this here. Just wanted to drop that one on you too, y'all. It's been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Bacon. I say peace, y'all.